series I wanted to talk about, I don't have a copy for it, but it's called Chang Ge Xin. It's about a princess who ends up running away from her royal family because people are kind of conspiring against her. And even though all of her family members get massacred, she ends up kind of going off. She apprentices herself to this really wicked martial artist. She learns all her skills, and she comes back as a really kick-ass character. Of course, the story, according to the name and the plot, it is a Chinese manhwa, and because the story does take place in the Tang Dynasty, if you're a history buff, you'll recognize some of the little names, and you'll love the art style for how it tried to recreate ancient China. The best thing about ancient Chinese stories with wuxia, martial arts, magic, any of that stuff, is that they always really kick-ass female characters. She is like really dark, and she can be kind of gritty, and I think that's part of the art style and how it was presented visually. I didn't expect her to be so tough and so ruthless so quickly. In the first chapter or so, she like poisons all the guards to get back into the castle, and it's all just to kind of like meet with an old friend of hers, I guess. They're kind of conversing. A lot of stuff isn't revealed yet, like they hold back quite a bit with the story. Chang Ge Xin was suggested by one of my friends, Isabel, so Isabel, thank you very much for suggesting that to me. I really like it, and I'm looking forward to reading more and then talking to you about it. Of course, it wouldn't be a Manga Mondays Kingdoms thing without mentioning something happening in the now right now, and if you guys are looking for something a bit more recent, I would recommend Soredemo, Sekai wa Utsukushii. This story is about a girl named Princess Nike who ends up in the Sun Kingdom, and she marries Livius, who's only 12. She's 16, so the age gap and the height difference is kind of awkward, but it's a really cute romance kind of comedy manga. Right now the anime is airing, so if you guys are following that, you probably want to go back to the manga soon to read ahead in the story when the anime ends, and to kind of like see how their entire relationship and the kingdom develops as they kind of grow up together as a couple. I didn't like the animation style for Soredemo Sekai wa Utsukushii, but I really liked the manga style. I found that the animation kind of shaves off some of the like feminine aspects of Nike, and it just looks very unstylized. Whereas in the manga, you're getting a bit more detail, and I feel like the emotions and the characters are a bit more expressive, which is why I think I'm gonna read the manga instead of watching the anime. And naturally, the manga does go on for longer. Something similar to Soredemo that you guys might like, or that you girls might like, is called Adarshan no Hanayome, or The Bride of Adarshan, and it's kind of like the same setup, except I found that the atmosphere was a little bit darker. The main character from which the story's perspective is told is Prince Alexid from the original kingdom, and he ends up taking a little princess as his wife, and the age difference is even bigger because the princess here is only 10 and he is about 20. I either think he's 18 or 20, but the height difference is like immense. And because the guy is older this time and he's bigger, he can actually like pick up the little princess, and sometimes it's really cute. But at the same time, whereas you have an unfamiliar relationship in Soredemo that kind of works to bring these characters together, in Adarshan, the two main characters start off hating each other because Adarshan is known as like the devil prince or the devil knight, and he's rumored to be this really ruthless warrior on the battlefield, and he ended up slaughtering one of the princess's knights, which is why the little princess really hates him. So those are kind of like two different stories that you guys might want to check out, similar but different kind of thing. And the last thing I want to talk about is something for you fujoshis, boys love girls, or even guys who want to try something with yaoi but has a really strong fantasy kingdom plot. I would definitely recommend Crimson Spell. I've gone through a lot of manga and I've noticed that the word crimson comes up a lot, I guess because it sounds good. Crimson Spell is about a prince who is cursed because he has these really strange powers. And in order to lift that curse, he ends up going to a sorcerer, and they end up going on this adventure. And as their relationship develops like at night, all the regular plot is developing in the morning. And it's a good way to separate the yaoi from the plot. I found that there were a lot of yaoi scenes at the beginning, and it was like yaoi heavy, but then once you get into the story, chapters 12, 13-ish, they direct you very, very further into the fantasy plot and the kingdom dynamics. Originally, I was recommended the series because people told me that there was a really strong plot. Obviously, all the yaoi fluff at the beginning is what it is, but once you get into the plot, there's actually a lot that's going on, and I found myself losing interest in it a bit because there was a lot less romance and a lot more plot. And that's a good thing for reviewers. Like, I mean, there should be plot, but at the same time, the romance gets sidetracked a little bit, and I think viewers are reading on to see how Val and the sorcerer are kind of gonna reunite. Crimson Spell has very gorgeous art style. Like, of all the yaoi that I've ever read and all the shoujo I've ever read, it's really up there. And because the mangaka is so talented, she makes the scenes very diverse in terms of the settings, whether it's a dungeon or a palace or a forest, or she's merely like doing close-ups on the characters, and it's very beautiful art in general. So if you girls are looking for a new yaoi series, or some of you guys are interested in trying yaoi, check out Crimson Spell. It's really awesome. So that is all for my Kingdoms themed Manga Monday, and yes, we are on time with Manga Mondays this week, which makes me very happy. All the titles for the manga I've mentioned will be listed below, so don't worry about that. Let me know what theme you guys want next week for Manga Mondays. Try to think like really specific ones so we can kind of like play around with the different genres. My reviews and videos schedule is finally dying down because all the anime stuff is posted. And if you guys haven't checked that out, or if you missed anything, I will put all the links below again. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys are looking for more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe because I'm going to try and do videos as much as I can while I'm still in summer mode. And a new video will be out very, very soon, so I will talk to you guys then. Bye! It is called the Blacks... what is it called? But the great thing about... Woo!